Yay! Yay! Big hood in the building. What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? What up? How about the boys? What up? How about the boys? What up? What up? What up? They bring the noise. What up? I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What up? What up?
Yeah, we back. We back.
It's weird. I haven't been out of office for a while, and I feel very weird.
I know it's almost illegal that you're out of office.
It feels weird, but for good reason. But before we get into any of that stuff, we'll shout out our socials.
That's right.
Are we just starting off now by pimping out the website?
Yeah, well, let's just pimp the website out here.
So you can basically go to cowboyscanfan.com and you can find all of our socials, which include TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, which are all at CowboysCanFan, and then YouTube, which is youtube.com/CowboysCanFan podcast. But as you can see what AJ's showing us here, it's pretty much the webpage has everything. You can basically one-stop shop.
One-stop shop and potentially soon, maybe not soon, I shouldn't say that, but merch will go up here too. Maybe we get a blog going, who knows, but this is where we'll all house and live one day.
I think a blog would be pretty sweet.
Do people still blog?
I think so.
Oh yeah, blogging is definitely making a comeback. I don't know, I just made that up.
Blogging with the bandwagon boys?
Blogging with the bandwagon boys. All right, well we can just skip out of this, and actually, Anth, you were just bringing up why you're not in office today.
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone that listens to us follows international news, but where we're from, British Columbia, Canada, the Lower Mainland near Vancouver, BC, got struck with a natural disaster. Basically, there was some pretty crazy rainfall. I think we got 300 mil of rain in basically 2 or 48 hours. So as AJ's shown or Ad's shown here, we're trapped. Like basically, the bandwagon boys are trapped in Chilliwack, British Columbia right now, and I had no way to get to the studio today.
I mean, and the obviously it's concerning because there's a lot of people who are stuck and in worse spots than us. We have power, we have food. Some people have to be evacuated from their homes. Other people are basically, oh, hang on, you're running some video here. Other people are, losing lives and losing their livelihood. But obviously, we're going to hope that the first responders are getting everybody out. I think the thing that we're obviously concerned about is that we're wanting to leave for our Cowboys trip on Tuesday. So Alex and I are already plotting what are some of our alternatives. And it's like a 1 to 2 kilometer stretch is all we have to make it over. And we're just covered by water. So I think we're going to figure out a way over regardless, even if the roads are all closed. But literally every road in and out of the place that we call home is blocked off with
all the major highways.
All the major highways, landslides, everything. So yeah, it's quite
it's pretty crazy. We've never lived through like a natural disaster, so it's a little bit it was kind of scary last night when they were talking about pumps failing and that there was the whole Sumas Flats, which I know a lot of people listening don't know what this means, but there was essentially going to be a stretch of highway that was going to just be into a ginormous lake, essentially.
Well, and this is how things are nowadays, and we can move on maybe if you'd like after this point, but I just want to make one is even just talking with my family today, just like making sure everyone's okay. And, my one cousin is like, oh, the pump failed. The lake's gonna go there now.
Yep.
It used to be a lake where this flood has happened, and of course 100 years ago we pumped it out, and now we need those pumps basically to keep the water out in this case. And my cousin's like, oh, a big storm is my other cousin, a big storm's coming. And I'm not saying that they heard that from other people, but this is like the hysteria that we saw in like people going out and buying, and even as far as like Vancouver and the island, which I totally understand, but this is how, social media is awesome. It allows us to do what we're doing and connect with hundreds and millions of Dallas Cowboy fans around the world.
Cowboys fan fans out there.
It can all, because of how humans love drama, humans love excitement and thriller, and like this is why these movies work for us. Like it's easy for people to get caught up in a social post of something like, and some of it might be true. Who knows at this point? But
the scary thing is that after one day of being no roads going in and out of our city, by midday, all of the grocery stores were like
and gas stations
and gas stations were out of stock of everything.
Yeah. I did go to the grocery store last night just to get a couple things, not anything crazy, and people are fucking insane.
Yeah.
I'll just say that people are absolutely insane. It was like a movie scene, and I'm not even in Chilliwack. Like I'm not trapped in around on every side, but the grocery store, you would think the way it looked last night, like there was a tornado coming that was gonna wipe out the whole country.
And that's the funny thing is like there's no risk of Vancouver and anywhere leading up to Abbotsford running out because there's major distributors, ports or whatnot that can get that food and whatever to people. So anyways, hysteria. Humans are
hysteria. Yep, humans are funny. And we're going to see some hysteria next week when we're down there, down in Dallas Cowboy land.
Just a bunch of Canadian boys out for American Thanksgiving.
And let's jump into some fun stuff instead of the doom and gloom shit.
Yeah.
AJ for a second there was looking for a nice little soundbite hit, and he was too slow.
I was too slow, but this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna touch up that soundboard, but this is what I'm thinking. We'll roll through quickly this QB index. We're gonna keep that going, and the NFL power rankings. Although they
fucked us.
They fucked us. They fucked us and left us with pulse all over our chest.
Yeah,
if they show what number Dak is right in the title. So they AJ'd us. They messed it up before we even, could even go at it.
But we would only have to go to one space. But anyways, NFL QB index this week. Mac Jones just keeps rising while Dak Prescott reclaims the number one spot. And was there any doubt, gentlemen?
There was absolutely zero doubt that Dakota Rain Prescott was going to be anything but number one after that smashing against the Falcons.
So I'd like to touch on one thing first here. The one rushing touchdown. Do you guys remember his rushing touchdown against the Falcons?
Yep.
There was a little bit controversy with the coaching staff and Jerry Jones saying in a blowout game like that, when you're up 36-3, Dak should not be trying to pile over a linebacker.
Good
point.
Guess what? They aren't wrong. Like
they aren't wrong, but I actually liked it because it kind of gives him a little bit of sense, being like, okay, I can still run, I can still drop my shoulder, but maybe not in that situation. Maybe save that for like a playoff game.
Look, Jerry Jones is looking at $75 million running head to head with an
160.
LB. But I'm just saying this season.
Hey,
I think this season he's 70. This is like a $75 million season, is it not?
No.
Well, anyways, whatever.
Anyways, I know what you mean. It's a lot of it's based, and not even the amount of money. It's basically their season. Like if Dak gets hurt, they're pretty much Super Bowl aspirations go down the drain.
Absolutely.
Do you think that Cooper Rush was sort of like saying, "Come on, Dak, get it," but secretly I want more time to play. So if you get hurt, it's not a big deal.
No, I don't think so. I don't, and because in the NFL they have to have each other's backs. Obviously, Cooper Rush knows his position on the football team. It's to back up Dak Prescott, and I mean, sure, he would love to start, but I don't think he's ever wishing. I hope he's not ever wishing for Dak to get hurt.
But and I agree with that. I agree that that was really silly of them to do. On the one side, we have Mike McCarthy though trying to bounce back from a fucking terrible loss. So in game, outside from a Jerry Jones perspective, I agree. But in game, it's like you're now in. It's like the soldiers and the generals, and when the soldiers are in the war, things are different. Like so, So
his instinct kicks in. Dak's not thinking.
Well, even McCarthy
his
though,
instinct kicked in and he ran.
And I see. Yeah.
It's not like
it wasn't a
plan.
Play.
It was. But the other thing I wanted to say, and that's funny, is you were bringing up while we were watching this game, there was a bunch of opportunities where the middle of the field opened for Dak to go and take an easy 3-4 yards and slide, but he wasn't doing it. If you remember, he was like checking down or making a big pass, but he wasn't taking that opportunity that maybe 2 years ago he would have been going and try. Maybe 4 or 5 is like regular quarterback speed. He might be able to get 10 yards, but I don't know. I thought that it kind of is interesting.
Yeah, no, like exactly. There's times in seasons prior that Dak has been a mobile guy. That's been one of his biggest strengths. And obviously this year with the ankle break last year, he's been a little bit gun shy to pull out that trait of his gameplay.
And if we look at the yards, we have Tom Brady. If we look at number 2 is Tom Brady, and he has a full game on Dak in that'll even out in a couple weeks here. But at this point, he's up 500 plus yards, just a little bit over, and 7 touchdowns. Those are the big differences. So interesting.
Like we kind of said, I think these guys are just going to be jockeying for fucking first, second, third, for the rest of the season. I still do like to look at it because it's kind of like a sense of pride when Dax gets the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised week in, week out that they're not shuffling between the top 5.
Right.
Should we take a guess of who's number 3 and then move on?
I'm going to go Matt Stafford.
I'm going to say...
Although he had a bad game.
Lamar Jackson.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. That's who it's going to be.
That's who I was thinking too, Lamar Jackson.
It's going to be Lamar Jackson.
Hey, there we go.
Boom.
Hey, Derek Carr.
Derek, I
Carr
wear
still
my
at the
eyeliner
fourth.
better
And
than...
Josh Allen. Wow.
I like seeing that.
Rounding out the top 5.
Stafford. Yeah, Stafford's not
even there.
top 5.
I mean, now we got to find him.
There
Number
he
6.
is.
There, he's top 6.
And power rankings.
Top 6.
So power rankings.
Again, they fuck us with the thing. Packers are the new number 1.
Well, yeah, Packers. Which is
Cowboys
interesting.
Last week, Cowboys are going to be 3.
Remember real quick on the Packers. Remember beginning of the year.
A lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food.
Oh, not yet, dude. Remember.
Well, don't remute the site because you'll probably forget. That's okay.
Doesn't matter. It's just that site. Beginning of the year, Packers big loss. Everyone was saying, "Oh, they're shit. They're not going to do good." Anyways, now they are. Let's move on. Okay.
Alex was trying to be sexy.
I was trying to be sexy, but it didn't work out.
So they're number 1.
Green Bay Packers number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun fact. Tennessee Tennessee's number 2.
Up from 4. That's a lethal jump in the top 5. Hey.
So Packers are 8-2. Tennessee Titans 8-2. Okay.
And they moved up
Surprising.
just 1 spot.
I bet you then that gives us
Cardinals are going to be
number 3.
Number 3.
And then I bet you
Cowboys
Cowboys are going to be 4.
What do you think, Anth?
Cowboys 3.
Cowboys 3? Should we pull down this
pull
website's
down
pants?
Oh,
he was right.
Bang-a-rang, son.
Up to. So, we're going to see the same thing here with power rankings. It's just going to be an incestual top 5.
They're going to keep it in the family.
They're going to keep it in the family. There's Cards, Bills. So
it's kind of like mine is Aaron Rodgers not being in the top 5. It's essentially the top 5 quarterbacks are also in the top 5 teams. You know what I mean?
Okay, so where does Baltimore? Okay, so there's Tampa
Bucks.
6. KC?
I mean, that's lofty. But see, Kansas City keeps winning when they should not. They should have lost 2 more games this season. But they just were able to pull out a win in New England 8. Okay.
Kansas City.
Well, there we have it.
We'd be coming for you. And you know what? Fun fact. We were originally we were kept on talking about how we were supposed to go to the KC game this weekend as well, but that would have definitely clenched my butt trying to get out of Chilliwack if we were trying to get out Saturday. At least we have a couple more days.
I've been looking at the tickets too. They're pretty. Now that KC's starting to do better, the tickets for that game, we would have needed a little bit more sponsorship money, boys.
Oh yeah.
Would we have to have sold a couple nights in our hotel to pay for tickets? Hey, we're gonna be in there with you, but
we would have had to pimp Alex out.
Hey, who wants a fresh Canadian boy?
I'm not paying top dollar for that little twerp.
I don't want that guy. I want that.
We don't need top dollar. We just need to get some money for you, buddy.
Yeah.
We just want $100. Okay. Next thing here, handed out in the chat. We got why Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy handed out bottles of monkey butt.
So before you go into that, so last year McCarthy kind of he has a little untraditional ways of trying to get the team fired up.
Crack him if you got him.
I didn't even hear it. Crack him if you got him. He has a couple untraditional ways. Like last year, he brought out a bunch of watermelons and sledgehammers and had the guys just start smashing watermelons to I don't know, get them pumped up to smash the next team they played like a watermelon, I guess.
The New Orleans Watermelons.
Is that what? Yeah.
That's
So then before this game, after they got their asses kicked by the
there it
is, the Broncos.
By the Broncos, Mike McCarthy got this monkey butt stuff, which is essentially it's for chafing, and you use it when you get your ass kicked basically in 2 days in training camp. So the moniker for this was basically give them the monkey butt so that they're ready to get good and hand out an ass kicking.
Okay,
pretty much.
When I first read this, I was like, is monkey butt like an alcoholic drink?
No, like, so it's what we have, like Gold Bond, or it's like baby powder type thing. That's what it is.
Anti-chafing powder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Monkey so just butt. A little kind of, you know, it's a little untraditional way of getting and the guys thought it was hilarious. So they bought into it, and obviously they came out and they thought out some chafe.
They thought it was funny until McCarthy started going around.
Put it on in front of them.
Going around and putting it on everyone.
Hey,
nope, bend over.
Hey, CD, get over, bend over.
No, I'm fine, coach. I'm fine, coach.
Or he was getting them to put it on him.
Hey, so speaking of Mike McCarthy, yeah, he's bent over with his fucking holes in his Hanes underwear and just hangy old man balls down to his knees. Come on.
All right, Micah, it's your turn.
Come on, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. He just keeps saying,
hey, hallelujah. I want you to.
Hallelujah! Well, we're going to use that one. We got to incorporate it to our kicker.
That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, that's when Greg the Leg looks over and just sees Mike McCarthy coming to him.
No, Greg the Leg's looking over and he sees this monkey butt bonding that Hallelujah and Mike McCarthy are doing, and he's like, "Hey, Mike,
crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him. Mike, I'll monkey butt you. I'll monkey butt you." And he'd be like, Greg the Leg,
Oh, that's all right. Hallelujah gave it to me.
Hey, that's one thing we didn't talk about, or I haven't really read anything about. Is I wonder if he's still on the COVID list. We don't have to look into it. Really, I'm just curious. I'm sure we'll find out.
Know, Alex likes to have on the fly producer R&D articles. He's going for it right now. Here he goes.
Hallelujah had, I think, how many point afters? 6 point afters attempts and made every single one. So he looked good. He didn't have a chance to kick a field goal because we kept going for it on 4th down, but he looked promising.
Looks like he's expected back, Greg the Leg.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man. And you think Hallelujah is going to sit in the stands smoking? He's just like, I would have made that one.
See, I bet you he hopes for Greg the Leg to miss a kick.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is we didn't get to see Hallelujah kick. But I did want to ask about Mike McCarthy, just to bring this whole conversation back to the monkey butt combo. So each week there seems to be maybe 1 or 2 calls that seem to be agreed upon, like dominantly, that it was a bad call or bad time management by McCarthy and the staff. Would last week's have been Dak Prescott making that run, even though it wasn't a call, like that? You can't really put that on the coach.
No, that's Dak. That's Dak's.
Okay.
That's Dak's decision, 100%.
But should Dak maybe have not have been in the game?
Possibly. I think that's a better argument. Dak probably should have been pulled out when it was in the third at 36-3. Dak probably shouldn't have been in the game.
Yeah. Or no, it was 30. Was it 36-3 or was it 30?
Even
it was
33-3. Even 33.
Well, no, because it was 40. It was 43-3.
The final.
So 36 plus 7 would be 43.
For some reason, why did I say? For some reason, I thought it was 30.
But either way, anytime once you're in the 30s and they have 3 points and it's the 4th quarter, or even late 3rd, they put Cooper Rush in there.
I mean, that's and obviously we know that it is the NFL and anything can happen. So wanting to make a statement, I get it. Dak feeling fresh, but honestly, any given Sunday, one play.
Imagine the headlines if Dak gets hurt when they're up 36-3.
And bring the monkey butt picture of Mike McCarthy up, and then it's the headlines. It'd be Jerry Jones. Oh, I thought, where are you there? Let's see. Okay. It would be this fucking photo of Mike McCarthy.
drunk step uncle hits on niece at Christmas party. I heard you're doing good in art class. Your mom says
Why do
you're
they look like
your
that?
mom
I
says
need
you're
to
a
make-
ballerina.
Can you save that?
You know
pic?
what it is?
That
It's
has
because
meme written all over
he
it.
shaved up. That's
Yeah, but is
that's
that an
what's-
old? Is that an?
That's
Yeah, but
old.
that's old.
It's
right?
old. It's old because he
That's
has
just
a beard.
that's just. I'm happy to be part of the team.
He's keeping the beard all year. He's gotta.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's hey. Have you guys heard of these new things called edibles?
That's the. I don't even think the edibles have kicked in phase.
Dun, 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 monkey butt.
That's the I'm not feeling anything. Give me another one face.
Oh,
If
yeah.
monkey butt can prevent chafing on this guy, it can prevent chafing on anyone.
Okay. Hey,
$million call.
we love you, Mike.
Yeah.
You keep a wild bunch of dudes together. And this is what I want to look at next year. Some next gen stats. Anth called me out last week for not being prepared enough. And you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. And I'll own it. So much so that we got 3 next gen stats. The first one being
Nice.
this pass here. I can't get the fucking thing off.
You
the
can't
screen.
and get your sound going because you muted the site. Remember? No, don't touch that. You muted the site.
Just let me get my shit.
This is like me
okay. This is the 10.
reprimanding my son.
This is the 10-yard pass to Amari Cooper.
I'm not even watching what's going on. I'm watching your cursor.
I know. So am I.
I don't know. Again, we don't have volume, so it doesn't matter. But
Because you muted the site. You went up top somewhere and you went mute site.
okay, you're right.
Fuck. And as you did it,
You've
if
been
we,
vaping? Are you the vape pen?
yeah, no, he's
I'm not vaped, okay? We're dealing with a bunch of new technology, laptops and stuff. Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
Look at that catch, though. Dak
I
Prescott.
couldn't see it.
I couldn't
So,
see it either because your
It's
cursor
gonna
was
come
all
out.
over it.
Completion probability, 16.1%. Dak Prescott, 10-yard pass to Amari Cooper over to the right side of the field. Double coverage, and he jumps up over the defender and makes the catch.
It only had 16 point what?
16.1% completion probability. 0.6 yards of separation.
Do you want me to burst your bubble?
Yeah.
This wasn't last Sunday.
Yeah, it was. It's against the
Was it?
Falcons.
I thought they played in AT&T Stadium though. That was in Atlanta. The video you were just watching.
I don't know. What it says week 11?
Yeah, it was
No,
week
we
10.
played them week. We played them week 10
this week.
Ah, so this is from last year. Hey. Well, you know what? It was a fun stat. But this next one is for sure. Hey, that's a hard one. Now that watching that catch, I was like, I don't really remember
Yeah,
that.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't even remember seeing that catch.
Okay, well. Why the fuck would they pull that up, you know?
You know what though? I
Don't
do
they know
like
we have
that
a
you
damn
stats
show?
either way, and that is sweet that he completed a 16.6%
I don't know what to say.
probability
really.
pass.
It is sweet. This next one though is definitely from
Wait, are you sure?
well, now I'm double this is 2 days ago, so yeah. Okay, so let's go through these stats. Anth, can you see the screen?
No, not
I
yet.
can't. No.
Okay, so CD
There it
Lamb
is.
finished with 6 receptions for 94. We're gonna cut all that out, by the way. No, CD Lamb finished with 6 receptions for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Cowboys' Week 10, not Week 11, victory over the Falcons at AT&T Stadium. I added that.
There you go.
Including a 58-yard catch. But anyways, Lamb had 25 of his 38 yards after catch expected on a wide receiver screen, and now was the 4th most yards after catch on wide receiver screens.
Yeah,
So,
see,
on
and
that- on that
I
run.
think we talked before about how the Cowboys hadn't been using him in the screen game, and obviously it's one of his strong points. So keep the screens coming. I would love. You know what team has a really good screen game with a good screen receiver is KC with Tyreek Hill. So
Crack
I'd
'em
like to
if
see
you
the
got him. Crack him if you got
Crack me if
him.
you got him. I'd like to see the battle of those two guys. Along with this, you had mentioned this before. I think CD's quietly making his claim as the Cowboys' #1 wideout.
I agree. I think it's just it's a domination in like. It's just very obvious, right, that Amari Cooper is the number 2.
Yeah,
I think that's all I can say about that.
I think I'd almost say like Amari Cooper is kind of the possession receiver, where CD Lamb's kind of the big play, the guy you want the ball in his hands with the game on the line kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Here's another great stat. Lamb's plus 124 yards after carry over expected. This season ranks 4th among all players. So what they do is they have an expected yards. Like, okay, you catch the ball, a player's on you. He's about a meter away from you. You're expected to get 4 yards and then get tackled.
Yeah.
So it's above that expectation, which means that you're playing above.
He's got lots of separation.
Exactly. Well, even in small, like it bodes well. And obviously he's in the company here of Debo Samuel and Cooper Kupp, who both rank inside the top 3.
And I got
they're both I think 1 and 2. I think Cooper Kupp is not the top receiver, and then Debo right now is number 2.
I got all 3 of them in fantasy. I'm just gonna say that. I got all 3 of them
you
in
actually?
fantasy. You know it.
In the one league?
Debo and Cooper. I got
to be in one league,
oh,
bro.
Shit.
I mean,
no, sorry.
I probably have all 3 of them in fantasy also.
Sorry. Cooper and Lamb I have in the same. No. Oh fuck. Cooper. No, Debo and Lamb I have in the one league, and then Cooper I have in a different league. Fuck.
Cooper Rush?
If you had all 3, that'd be insane.
Cooper Rush in the
Sorry. Sorry, no, Cooper.
Well, you got to clarify. There's only one Cooper who I know.
Coop Cup.
But yeah, that was pretty cool, right? That was a good stat.
That was a good stat.
Okay,
and
cool.
you know what? It was relevant to this year.
And guess what?
It is.
Yeah. It was relevant to this last week.
And the last throwback was of his 94 yards, 36 of those were over the expected yards that he should have got. So kudos to you, CD. We love seeing it. Just next time, get that
Keep
extra.
getting that yak, baby. Keep getting that yak, baby.
Exactly.
Get that yank.
And a lot of his routes were not down the middle. Just throwing that out there.
But he does. It does show that he is playing the slot quite a bit. But I think those 2 kind of the ones in the middle that go to the left, those were both touchdowns also.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. For people listening, sorry, you got to check us out on YouTube and see what Ant's talking about there.
If you're listening at the 27-minute mark, we know you are. You are a diehard Cowboy Can fan, and
let us know in the comments, baby.
Or you're stuck in that mid zone between Abbotsford and Chilliwack, and you have nothing else to do. So we appreciate.
Or you're listening. Hey,
CanFan updates.
I just did a marathon of the Cowboys CanFan podcast.
You know what? Season 2 is actually pretty good.
They went from season 1 to season 2, and now they're not even addressing episode titles. They're all just kind of conglomerated into one.
Okay, the next one is really, really cool, and it kind of explains a lot. And this could introduce a lot of fun discussion. So let me break this down. The league's second best rusher in terms of yards is Cowboys running back Zeke Elliott. Duh, we know. Okay,
just let me see his face for a second. Scroll up. Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay,
but perfect. I can't read.
That's all I want. I just wanted to see his face for a sec. Yep.
Just to make sure it's him.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was Dion
for
a second.
Dion.
Thanks to opposing defenses' lack of respect for Dak Prescott, basically, and these are the writer's words, not mine, but I agree. Elliott is facing a loaded box on 40% of attempts, 7th most in the NFL, and 8+ defenders in the box on 27% of attempts, 8th most. Yet he's 2nd in the league in rushing, and he's tied for 4th in rushing yards gained after close. Not sure what that means, but I'm assuming it means after people close in on him, he's still getting 4.4 yards average. So basically, they're saying our boy's running big, and yet he's got the 7th or 8th most people blocking him in the league.
Try to stop them. They're basically coming down in the box with an extra defender.
Yeah, on 27%, 1 out of every 4 plays. So I think a lot of that does, like the first sentence, it is a lack. Is it a lack of Dak's threat? And if so, and maybe we talk about Zeke first, but something that comes to mind is like, I don't know if I believe that. I just, maybe it's just you can't stop everything, so you go ahead and try to stop the run game and challenge the.
Well, why do you think we've always say that they're throwing on first down a lot? Because they get that matchup. Because they can tell that they have 8 guys down in the box. So instead of trying to throw Zeke to the wolves, they try to throw because they have a better chance, right? So that's basically what they do. Dak audibles to a throw instead of having Zeke try to run it up the middle. And if they didn't do that, Zeke would just demolish them. Honestly, he would.
So So do you think that then moving into the second half of the season, that are we in the second half of the season? We're pretty
Now
much
we are.
Oh yeah,
now
we're
we are.
past it.
Now that we're kind of into almost the third half of the season. Now that
Well,
we're
we're second half.
we're in
It's,
the
it's
third
basically
quarter.
last game was the halfway point.
Yeah, so now that we're past the halfway point, do you think Kellen Moore continues to call those run plays, and then what actually a question, what do they do then? And do they say, Dak, you shouldn't have audibled out of this one, or you should have left the run on there? Like how do they
Well,
go?
that's why you always see them looking at the iPads and the pictures of plays in the sidelines, right? They adapt on the fly. But at the end of the day, they got to trust Dak to make that call, make that audible. If he sees something, they've obviously discussed in meetings that if a certain coverage comes up or a certain defensive alignment's up, he audibles to a play that they already have pre-selected.
Yeah.
Right. So he'll call sometimes. What they'll do is on first down, he'll call 2 plays. Right.
Yeah.
So he'll call 2 plays, go up with the first one, and if he doesn't like the first one, he'll audible to the second one.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. And it's also got to be you got to keep the rushing game going to continue that anticipated threat.
Yeah, no, you got to keep the rushing game going. And a big scare this weekend is that I always mess up his name. The Kansas City's running back Claire Edwards-Helaire. He's back this week, and I'm nervous that he's going to run all over us. I have a bad feeling about it.
You think so?
I do have a bad feeling about it.
That's I mean, obviously we are we didn't. I mean, we didn't talk anything about basically the Falcons' loss, the decimation at the start. But one of the things that everybody was talking about is that CP Patterson came into that game with an ankle injury, and that's why he was pretty much non-existent in this last game. So
yeah, but he would have been. I mean, once you get up X amount of points, they're not going to be running the ball much anyways, right? Like the Broncos kept running because they were up, 16-0 and then 20-0 and then 30-0. Whereas Atlanta, after the first quarter, they were already down, I think 21-3. So you kind of abandon that run game. That's honestly our best case scenario against Kansas City. Actually, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because if we get a lot of points up them right off the start, Kansas City has that type of offense that can put 21 on you in a quarter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So and at first, remember, there was this weird lull in the season where we thought Kansas City was going to kind of be a joke game. And now they're off to a couple big wins. And now it's looking like it's going to be a
fucking slugfest.
It's gonna be a big test for us. Like if we beat the Chiefs or when we beat the Chiefs, it's gonna kind of cement us as being legit contenders this year.
I want to see them at the start of the game. I want Dak to walk up to Patrick Mahomes and go,
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
and I want it to be a motherfucking gunfight the entire game, bitch.
I think it's going to be. It's weird though.
Be.
Sometimes you think it's going to be a big shootout game, and it ends up being a low-scoring affair. But with these two offenses, I just can't see it not being a really high-scoring game.
Oh, you know what I want to see? I mean, actually, okay, are we into talking about the Chiefs versus Cowboys yet?
Yeah, we're in.
I think we're into it.
So, who do we think's going to line up against Tyreek Hill?
Fuck,
do you think they're going to put Diggs up there?
I don't know. I think they're going to have to do like a bracket type thing. They're going to have to bracket him. They're going to have someone on him, and then they're going to have to play over the top.
Oh, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan is just like licking his chops at what he's going to do to shut down Tyreek Hill.
Diggs can't cover Tyreek Hill one-on-one.
No, I agree.
No, I don't think anyone in the NFL can. You have to do certain defensive schemes to scheme. This is why the Chiefs are such a crazy hard opponent, because you scheme for a guy like Tyreek Hill,
and then Mahomes runs.
You have Travis Kelce, in the middle, who can be just as big a playmaker.
Yeah, and then worst case scenario, Patrick Mahomes just fucking runs it for a first down.
Well, and our main thing's going to be able to. Our keys to winning the game will be getting to Patrick Mahomes with 4 guys. Because if we have to start blitzing him to try to get pressure on him, we're gonna get bent over. He's too good that if you blitz him and you don't get there, you're basically giving. Do you think
we're gonna put Micah on more of a roaming position to this game coming up?
I mean, that's kind of what he's been doing the last few games, right? He's been playing on the line quite a bit. Like he hasn't been playing linebacker as much. He's been up on the line. He says his assignment's been the same thing, to wreak havoc, and that's what he's been trying to do. His last 3 games have been really good, really good games. Yeah. He's in the conversation for not only defensive rookie of the year, he's in the conversation for defensive player of the year. And
That
if
is
he can
true.
have a big splash game against the Chiefs, he's just going to cement his position more as one of the top defensive players in the league.
And you know what?
This is his first year too.
Yeah, and it's going to be, it's a shame because you're not going to be live in the Stewed on Sunday.
That is a shame. That's going to be weird.
Parsons is going to have a huge hit on Mahomie, and the celebration just not going to be as.
Oh, we'll get it. I'll get pumped up just as I'll get.
I'm buying a new vape just for Sunday, so I'm coming in and I'm flying high.
I'm gonna set up just like this. I'm gonna set up just like this, and then have my TV just sitting right here. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Don't worry.
Good.
So I pulled. I'm still not scared of the Chiefs. I think they lost a step. You're right, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, deadly combo, but I've seen it multiple times in the season, and not even from teams that are. And I'm not good at remembering due to the weed, but
Guess what? We get
it. Not even teams that had like stellar defenses, but I wonder if the Chiefs are in that place now where they can be schemed against, and that's something to look forward to, because I think how I would play them is say, I don't care if you're just marching down the field 10 yards and it takes you 10 plays, whatever, but I want to just cut off any of those big plays. I'm not so scared of their running back, but maybe I should be. The second year running back,
Hilaire. So looking at their last 5 games, they played the Washington football team, Titans, Giants, Packers, and Raiders. They whooped the Raiders last week, 41-14.
And
they barely beat the Packers. They barely beat the Giants. They got absolutely killed by the Titans, and then they hammer smashed the football team. So I mean, it's kind of just judging by because we've played the Giants, and I'm pretty sure that was the Giants without Saquon at the time. So
yes,
to just squeak by a win against the Giants, I mean, it's tough to say that they're the Kansas City Chiefs of old, but whenever you have Patrick Mahomes and then those other guys on offense, they're going to be in the game.
But they got so many. Their scores are just all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Their last 4 games, they have one game over 20 points. Mind you, it was a 41 shellac into the Raiders right before they play us. But we also got to look at what the Raiders' condition is. They're a beaten and battered team morally. They've lost their coach. They've lost a probably integral part of their offense as well. And I think you go ahead and look at their roster, they're all C+ players on that offense outside of Waller.
I mean, listen, Waller hasn't done shit this year except for that first game, and I almost want to just fucking bench his ass.
So one thing we haven't done lately, and we were doing it a couple episodes ago, who do you think for the Cowboys and then for the Chiefs will have the most fantasy points minus quarterbacks? You can't pick Dak and you can't pick Mahomes. You have to pick a different player.
The Cowboys
from each
or
team.
or each team.
From each team.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go, off the top of my head, it's going to be Kelsey.
Yeah, I was going to say Kelsey too.
And then I see CeeDee Lamb having another big game.
So you're saying Kelsey and CD
Yes.
You can't pick either of those guys now.
Yep.
Can't do it.
Okay, so since I'm going before you, if Hilaire plays, then he'll have a monster game because he's coming back, and obviously we've seen the Cowboys struggle a little bit with their run defense.
That's true.
So
It's a good pick.
Their RB, whether or not it's Hilaire or even their who's the Chiefs backup, or who's their Chiefs current running back?
Williams.
So I think they're gonna have a strong game, and since we can't call out you got to pick one.
Okay, you got to cement it.
Hilaire, and then I'm gonna say that I think we're gonna see Michael Gallup have a big game.
That was gonna be mine.
Yeah.
So you're saying, okay.
Well, because so if it goes, I think that. I mean, I'll let you go, Anthony. Then I'll say how I think the game.
I was gonna say Michael Gallup. You fuck. I think honestly for the Chiefs, I'm going to go Tyreek Hill. He's such a huge playmaker, and our cornerbacks have troubles against guys. You've seen a lot of big plays come when the wide receivers are crossing the field, right?
I think
there's
it's
a lot of plays,
Mhm.
and I can see Hill having a massive, maybe a couple massive touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then for the Cowboys, I was gonna go Michael Gallup. You snagged him. You guys both went wide receivers, so I'm gonna go a little.
fuck with me, DJ. Come on, fuck with me,
I'm gonna
DJ.
go a little to the side here. I'm gonna go Schultzy, baby.
You think so?
Schultz,
No,
really?
I don't. I
No.
take that back. I'm gonna say Zeke.
Yeah.
Schultz has
I'm
been
gonna go
having a
Zeke.
few.
Zeke's
Yeah. Okay. So we got me, Cooper, Cooper Kels, Tyreek.
Who did you
Oh,
pick?
sorry. CeeDee Lamb, Kelsey, Hilaire, Gallup, and then Zeke and Tyreek. So that's good. We got 5 minutes left on our docket if you want to break down, look at these stats a little bit.
I
here.
just
Is it Chiefs Cowboys stats?
Chiefs Cowboys.
Okay,
stats,
what I want to say though, I do, and when this is Chiefs Cowboys, so we can pop into here. I do think that. Hey, I guess you want to see that a little bit more. I do think that we're gonna get to a point where it's gonna be either, and I don't want to say like they're gonna try to. I don't want this to happen, but if they're wanting to prove the fact that, I mean, it's a scary thing that we're
You're gonna
walking.
have to shit on the center of the field.
The fact that the fact that Diggs has 8 interceptions, it's almost as though you want people to. It's almost like if you're coming in that game, they want to say he ain't as good as he thinks he is.
I'd want to see a Diggs pick.
I'm gonna shove it down his throat. So they might try and throw to Diggs and make a fool out of him, possibly, or they want to scheme him out to then have Tyreek Hill having a monster game, or do it so that Mahomes. I do think Mahomes is probably going to have 3 rushing touchdowns this game.
Rushing touchdowns?
I think so. I bet.
You think he's gonna run it 3 times?
Yeah. No, rush it, get 3 rushing touchdowns.
So you're like they're in on the 1 yard line.
He's scrambling. He's in the red zone. I feel like we're gonna.
You think Patrick Mahomes is gonna have 3 rushing touchdowns?
I feel that we're gonna do such a good job at stopping a lot of their offensive weaponry, and I think that I'm not saying that they're gonna win, but I feel like Patrick Mahomes. This is my prediction. I think that Patrick Mahomes is gonna walk away with 3 rushing touchdowns this game for some reason.
Now, are you talking Aiden Diggs, Patrick Mahomes, or Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a bold prediction. That's a fucking bold.
That is.
Prediction. You should bet money on that. Even a $20 bet on that would probably pay out like $400.
Well, and it bodes well for Adam because I don't know how to read this, but I guess on the betting line, the Chiefs are the favorite. Yet the matchup predictor on ESPN, which is a much better metric, is saying the Cowboys will win. So I think it's really close, only plus 2.5 or so it's within a field goal. Crack him if you got him. But
sorry, and
the over under is 56 points for this game.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge.
Sorry,
in the 40s.
The biggest key point that I missed on that, because it was supposed to be a testament to the Cowboys, and I just started saying the Cowboys defense are shutting down. I feel like Micah Parsons, because he's going to be all over the place and he's going to roam and he's going to like just feel how the game's shifting. He's basically going to shut down Mahomes' offensive kind of repertoire, and he's going to be forced to run. That's what I think is going to happen.
Gotcha. So AJ, what it is the Chiefs right now on Bet365, which is the website I use to gamble.
But you should be using DraftKings.
I should be using DraftKings, but DraftKings is different. DraftKings, you pick teams, and it's like a fantasy style.
I think it's different in Canada, isn't it? Not or
Bet365, you can pick just one game, right? Like I can play Dallas versus Kansas City. So right now the Chiefs are favored at minus 2.5, and the Cowboys are plus 2.5. So what that means is the Cowboys start off. If you bet Cowboys plus 2.5, they start off up 2.5 to 0,
which is dog piss.
Yeah, which is weird. Well, what happens? This is how the betting world works. If they think it's a even game, it's usually plus or minus 3 points. So they're actually, by giving the Cowboys a plus 2.5, they're saying the Cowboys are actually more likely to win. Because
Yes.
if they were plus 3, that means it's even. So they're even tilted a little bit more than that. So they always give the home team, if they're a close game, the home team always gets the advantage, pretty much.
Okay.
And speaking of,
Which is sorry, just to cut you off. I did watch a video on YouTube of Shannon Sharp talking about what he thought about the Chiefs being the favorites, and he actually said that he didn't agree with it. He thinks the Cowboys should be the favorite in this game, which I was surprised to hear. I thought he was gonna go the other way.
And I mean, look, basically, it's just they can't have a spread that's 0. They have to pick a spread. They can't have I don't know, has that ever been where there's been 0 spread? And so, like,
it can be minus 0.5.
Right. But this is in a football game for everything they're like, this is probably the lowest they will go is minus.
Yeah, they do, because you have to basically engage people to want to bet.
Exactly.
Right?
You got to incentivize somehow.
Exactly. So that's what they do here. You'll never see you'll see a minus 1.5 or a plus 1.5, but that's almost saying it's a coin flip to who's going to win.
Well, let's do our own quick breakdown here and have a look. And you know injuries a lot better than we do, but Tyron Smith, questionable. Greg, we think he's going to be back. Greg the Leg, and you fucking know Greg the Leg has been doing he's been taking all the different worldwide pills that he can to try to get rid of that COVID. So
yeah, and he
knows Hallelujah is on his fucking tail.
Well, and he's been sitting at home playing Madden and being like,
that Canadian piece of shit.
I was gonna say he's at home playing Madden and be like, I can make these kicks.
Yeah, and you know when Greg's playing Madden at home, he is doing a career of his kicker. And so he just comes out on the field to kick.
Yeah. Watches the game, but then
sims
he comes out to make the kick.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the Kansas City Chiefs, we got two O-lines, two offensive tackles out, and running back who's on injury reserve still on this chart. But you said, Anthony, could be back.
Yeah, he's going to be activated. They have still all week to act. I think till Saturday they can activate him, but all reports are saying he will play this weekend.
And then there's also Sneed, who, if it's the right Sneed, is a cornerback, and he's a veteran, and he's questionable. So
he's been around.
Doesn't look like anything big, but those two O-lines.
Well, Tyron Smith's actually been getting a lot of reps, and actually, so this is a good talking point. Tyron Smith's been getting a lot of the reps with the ones, which then puts a pretty big predicament at right tackle, where if they want to go with Lael Collins or Terrence Steele at right tackle, great problem to have. You want to have your offensive lineman fighting for the starting role, because it just breeds, the top guy from that competition. It just makes them better when they're out there. But a good problem to have. Tyron Smith would love to have him back. It makes our offensive line that much better.
And that depth, because
it's awesome.
You get a guy, they're big ass boys and they can go a full season without getting hurt, but they have that Achilles heel that if they get their ankle rolled on, it's just so much weight on that front line.
Oh yeah. If you can have a third tackle, like a swing tackle that can come in like a Terrence Steele and play left or right tackle, that's so valuable to have, man.
And I think if I look at these stats, I'm always looking for, so now we're moving on to like the team stats of the year. Right. On this page, I always look for like, okay, what is this thing that stands out? And with the Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're almost very complementary in that the Chiefs allow a lot of points and the Cowboys score a lot of points, and the Chiefs have scored the same amount. Like, things are very complementary. So there's nothing. So it's almost like this game. I understand the spread now based on the stats, because there's nothing.
The only thing you understand spreading is your butt cheek.
For that monkey butt, for that Mike McCarthy monkey butt. But like there's nothing stands out. It's going to be a pretty even game, it looks like. I guess the only place that we have a big edge would be our rushing game is, 20 yards more ahead per game. Otherwise,
which is huge. That's
even.
Big.
Yeah. Well, that's all. That's all I got. If you guys got any last words, say them now.
Like forever hold your peace?
I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm not excited to not be in studio.
Well, don't count.
I'm excited for the game.
Hey, Pony Boy, don't count yourself out yet.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's still till Sunday. It could be done.
You know,
Could be done.
And you know that we'll send that creepy old fisherman over to pick you up and bring
Hey. Who's looking for a ride?
you Anthony. Don't mind the
Yeah,
leg.
how'd you find me?
Yeah, don't mind the stockings. That's just for sea wear.
Last things though, it's going to be a good game. The over under 56, so they're expecting it to be a shootout. We're expecting it to be a shootout, but I wouldn't be surprised when sometimes when you get these shootout games that you're hoping for all this big hype, it ends up being kind of a lull game.
A 13-10. And we've seen both teams do that this year.
Right. And I'd say the one game that really met the hype was game 1, Tampa versus Dallas.
Sure.
Like I was expecting fireworks, and that game was really exciting. I could see this game being quite similar to that.
Agreed. Now, can you hear that?
Out?
I don't know. I mean, do we have anything else to say? I think we said it all.
said it. How about them boys?
All right, come check us out on the live stream this Sunday.
Hopefully, Anthony is in studio.
What up? How about the boys? What up? They bring the noise. What up? I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What up? How about the boys? What up?